Aviation enthusiasm. You've got it, I've got it. I'm Ron Timmermans, one of the many hosts for the Florida Aviation Network. And enthusiasm for aviation is all around me today. I'm at the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. And I'm broadcasting with the Florida Aviation Network from the Central Florida Aviation Academy on campus here at the Sun and Fun location. It's delightful to have you here today. We have had a number of interviews for the last 2 days, and we'll have more today and the following days of Sun and Fun. You're going to get to meet some great aviation personalities and people that are involved in aviation education. And I have two guests like that today with me, Miss Leann Bennett and Ms. Josett Twait from Orange County. I live in Orange County. This is Polk County. I got it straight now. Yes. Polk County School District. So, Leann, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And Josett, very good. Have you with us as well. Leann is the Senior Director of Career and Technical Adult Education, and Josett is the Assistant Director of the same organization. And so This is the umbrella organization, I believe, that handles all of the Polk County schools. Is that correct?
Yes, we are a division of the Polk County Public Schools that supports all of our career technical and adult education programs. One of those programs is our aviation areas, content areas, and CFAA falls under that responsibility.
Very good. And I heard you banter around the acronym CTE, so that would be Career Technical Education. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. So this is a subset of the overall educational opportunities provided by the Polk County School District.
Yes.
Great. Well, let me ask just a bit about the Polk County School District, because I think it's a pretty large and awesome entity here. We have, how many communities do you serve in Polk County?
Oh, I don't, 17
communities?
Municipalities, I believe. Okay. We have 17 high schools that cover the district with multiple chambers that help support us. We have approximately 120,000 students.
Wow.
Through our K through 12
This must make you one of the larger school districts, I imagine.
Yes, we are the 7th fastest growing school district in the country. So we are growing fast, and people are coming to Polk County, and we're trying to provide the best education for them that we can.
And their children need this, exactly.
With different opportunities for their career options, and that's where our department covers. Indeed. And I want to brag just a little bit about those 120,000 students. The academic performance has been rising for the last several years, which is a great thing that you can take yes,
pride in.
Our graduation rate has come up to 82%. So we're on the rise and moving forward. I believe that the anticipated graduation will increase this next year. And in our world, we offer industry certifications to our career and technical education students. And I think we're about 1,000 under what we had passed last year when I last looked at the report. So if we had 5,000 students get an industry certification last year, we're already at like 4,300. So I anticipate in the next 2 months we'll surpass last year's pass rate.
And an industry certification, Josett, would be what? I mean, what are we talking about here? Make sure I understand this.
In the aviation industry, we're looking at Federal Aviation Administration industry certifications, such as the Part 107, Part 147, ground school, things of that nature.
Okay.
So our students will go through our programs, complete their programmatic education, and receive industry certification from the Federal Aviation Administration before they graduate high school.
Great, that's wonderful. What a great foundation for them to have as they leave high school and go out into the adult world and maybe the business world. So you mentioned a couple numbers, 107 and 140.
147. The 147 is the A&P General.
Got it.
So we also have programs where our students will go through 4 years of high school. They do not complete their A&P certificate, but they do start it and get the general certification.
Excellent.
And then they can matriculate to our Travis Technical College or any other school of their choosing to complete the A&P certificate and get their power plant cert.
Excellent. So for those of you who may not remember all the acronyms and the numbers, so Part 147 and A&P stands for Airframe and Power Plant Mechanic. Those very essential people that allow pilots like me to fly safely maintained airplanes. And so that we've often heard about a shortage in pilots. There's also a shortage in aviation mechanics throughout the United States. And so what Polk County schools are doing is educating some people to the point where they're now positioned to get their A&P license shortly afterwards. And then you must have some kind of cooperative effort with Travis Technical College, is it?
Correct.
Tell
Yes.
us about that,
So
Leann.
Travis Technical College is a Polk County public school. It falls under our responsibilities, and our office also supports them. That's the adult side
That's part of the CTE.
of our CTE programming, and we do partner with, as Josett mentioned, with those programs so that they have the opportunity to leave the high school program and go into the technical college program. We've also recently started an air traffic control tower program with Travis in a partnership with Bartow Executive Airport and ATCFO to bring in air traffic controllers. We started in March. Our first student enrolled in March, and it's in a rolling enrollment. So if we have others that are interested, please feel free to reach out to the school and submit your application, because you could go ahead and begin the program.
So that program just started last month.
Yes.
Yeah, we're already in April. I'd forgotten that. So in March that started. And how many students do you
We
have in that?
started with just one,
Just one,
but they
okay.
can roll in as applications come.
Yeah.
Unlike some of our other programs where you might have to start in August or
Yeah.
wait until August, this is a rolling enrollment.
Well, that's from humble beginnings come
Yes,
great things.
yes.
And so
We
I'm
hope
sure this is
so,
gonna be
we
good.
hope so, yes.
So a person, a young person now, is this high school or is
This is adult.
This is adult.
Because of the nature of the responsibility of the program and the age requirements. We're hoping we're starting with adult programming, and then as we build, maybe we'll reach out to what type of programs we can bring down to the secondary level.
Well, that's great. So the program, Josett, for the air traffic control, so somebody signs up for that, as this one person did. They're going to learn about air traffic control responsibilities. Do they get any on-the-job training?
Correct. From
At
what
Bartow?
yes, correct. From what I understand, they work directly with the air traffic control tower at the Bartow Airport, and they gain industry experience and hands-on experience right there at the airport.
And they'll complete their hours that they're needed, on-the-job training hours that are
And
required for the program.
From what I understand, they also have a simulator.
Yes,
as
we have
well.
2 simulators that they'll be able to learn through and use to learn the skills that are required. So
Excellent.
it's pretty exciting.
And for those that you may not be familiar with the Lakeland area, so there are several airports around. Lakeland Linder International Airport, where we are on the Sun and Fun campus today. Nearby is Bartow and Winter Haven and Lake Wales and several other airports around. Bartow, nearby, is a towered airport, air traffic control tower there. So it's a Class Delta airspace as pilots vernacular. And their air traffic control tower is manned by, I think, contract employees. And so they're working in cooperation with Polk County Schools, CTE folks, to provide this training for potential future controllers. And although I've already mentioned pilot controller shortage and AMT mechanic shortage, there's also a shortage of air traffic controllers, as has been announced nationally and the like. And so any opportunity that we can provide, as you are now, to excite and equip people to become air traffic controllers, what a great opportunity this is. I imagine there's going to be a lot of folks that are looking perhaps for a career change or something new, and so enrolling in this. And then how long does the program take, Josett?
I do not know.
It's 1,800 hours. So the goal was for 10 months, but it will depend on how many hours they can, get to achieve that. But the
Yes.
goal is for them to be finished in 10 months.
Okay, so yeah, a normal
But-
work year is somewhere a little over 2,000 hours
Right.
of active duty time and the like. So 10 months would be around 1,800 hours. That's pretty intense, though, isn't it?
Yes, they're dived in.
So that's academic training as well as on-the-job
Yes.
simulator
The
training.
1,800 hours covers their classwork as well as their time in simulation or earning hours of experience.
So I've looked at the control tower at Bartow, and they don't have an elevator in it. They have to walk the stairs up to
I
that.
haven't been
Do your
out
students
there.
know that?
I
I've
don't-
heard that. I have heard that.
Be ready for some critiques, maybe.
Yes, suggestions that they'll come up with.
Indeed, yeah. The new tower here at Lakeland is a big, tall tower, and I'm sure they've got an elevator in there, at least up to near,
certain
near
point,
the top. So
yeah.
good. Have you ever been in a control tower?
No.
How about you, Josett?
I have when I was a child. My father was career Air Force, and we got to go see the Air Force control tower once.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Of course, they had things covered, and we couldn't see everything.
Right.
But as a child, I did get to go up in
Yeah.
one.
So I've had the privilege of going to a control tower a number of times. I'm a flight instructor, and so I often bring students to the control tower. It just gives them a perspective like no other. Understanding what each controller position is doing, the tower controller, the ground controller, and the other staff person that is there. Generally, there's 2 or 3 people there, sometimes more at a larger tower. So I've been to the tower here at Lakeland before, and at Orlando and Dallas and the like. And I even got a chance to go into the control tower at Oshkosh, Wisconsin during the air show.
Oh,
what a thrill
wow.
that was. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
And there's people all around working. And so the controllers, of course, have binoculars so that they can see the airplanes when they're on downwind and coming in on a long straight in final. And of course, they're watching them as they're landing. And then a ground controller is watching them when they pull off onto the taxiway and getting them safely to their destination on the airport and back to the runway again when they're ready for takeoff. So this is all a very, very unique segment of aviation, one that contributes to the safety, right, of pilots and training and the like. Without controllers at some of these busier airports, we would be hard-pressed to remain safe in our endeavors of flying and getting
Right.
from one place to the other in the control tower, on the airport. So this is great. I'm just so excited that you're now starting this new program for air traffic controllers, and so that will certainly be beneficial to them and to the people that are embracing it. So are you anticipating more people will sign up for this?
We hope.
Yeah.
Mr. Bivens, who's our partner, is actively, I think he's here at Sun and Fun on site, probably recruiting students to come
Yeah.
forward. He's actively searching in different areas of aviation to seek people that would be interested
good.
in coming into the field.
So this is an opportunity for adult education in this particular program.
Correct.
Is there a fee for this?
Yes,
There is. So this one is not free adult education like
Correct.
some things are, and that's understandable.
correct.
But
There's
the
a
nice-
tuition fee, and then there's equipment and,
Yeah.
programming.
The nice thing is it's public school tuition, so
Yes.
you're not talking about an exuberant amount of money. It's not the same as going to a 4-year private school, for example. So you're looking, I think the last I saw it was $119 an hour for the program. I can't remember.
I don't know what it is hourly.
I can't
For the
remember.
whole program, it's $23,000, but that includes the tuition as well as the equipment, or $25,000 as the equipment that's needed and all of the ancillary supplies. So it's all embedded into the flat rate would be about that, which is still significantly less, as you mentioned,
Correct.
than it would be to go
I'm
to
sure.
a university or,
Or private school,
Yes.
indeed.
Yes.
And then someone who graduates from this program then is eligible to go be hired by the FAA and go to their academy in Oklahoma City, where all their controllers train and the like. Yeah,
And
well,
the
that's-
correct.
and the goal is they would come out with their certification.
yeah, wow, wonderful. Well, there's no doubt that that's going to contribute to or help alleviate the shortage of air traffic controllers. And so I applaud you and those that have planned this and are implementing it. This is a great thing. What else do we have for adult education in the Polk County School Districts? Are there other similar programs for different vocations?
The only other aviation program we have is the A&P program. There aren't any other aviation programs, but we do have several other programs in our post-secondary schools.
And those would be?
There's HVAC, electrical, automotive, collision, as well as mechanics at both our Ridge and Travis. We also have construction management. So several adult programs that, and as well as our high school students, we have dual enrollment as well, where high school students will be dually enrolled in the programs so they can go to work after high school.
And we have health science area,
Yes.
post-secondary programs, and so LPN, phlebotomy, patient care tech, medical assisting, various programs similar to that, cosmetology. So there's a lot of programming in our technical colleges for adults.
That's wonderful. So there's lots of opportunities for young people here that finish high school and then choose not to go to a 4-year university to do
Right.
something vocational or just to further their education in a specific vocation. Lots of opportunities.
Yes.
I'm amazed at how many things
Correct.
that you have. Now, are other school districts maybe you don't know about outside of Polk County, but are other school districts doing this as well?
Yes, there are technical colleges in other districts in the state. Some districts tie their technical programming to their state college or community college, whereas we have two campuses. We have Travis, which we've mentioned because of the aviation connection, but we also have Ridge Technical College that's in the Winter Haven and Haines City area.
Okay.
So we have two technical colleges, but across the state, it just varies from county to county on whether they have a technical college or they do some of that technical programming within their community college
Excellent.
setting.
Now, so we've focused for the last few minutes on adult education. That's wonderful, but your responsibility includes the high school education.
Yes.
And actually K through 12, I
Right.
guess. So that's, you got a vast array of responsibilities here, and I'm so proud that we've got wonderful, dedicated people like the two of you that are looking after the educational needs of our children to grow the next generation of smart people. I'm delighted for that. So let's talk a little bit about high school education. Now, we've already interviewed, yesterday interviewed Ms. Sasser and Mr. Hughes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The two folks that are more or less in charge of the CFAA, Central Florida Aerospace Academies. One here at Lakeland, actually, the building we're in today
Correct.
is the CFAA Academy for the Lakeland campus, and then another one now at Winter Haven. Part of their education is in a building at the Winter Haven Airport.
Correct.
But the other part is in the actual high school. So how is that a part of what you do and in your role as Senior Director of Career, Technical, and Adult Education?
So our role, and mine as the overseer of the multiple assistant directors we have, is to make sure that our programming is accurate, that we're following our state guidelines, and then providing the necessary equipment and instructional materials that they would need to provide the great education that they receive. So we work together with a budget and to get them the needs that they need for instructional materials, and send them to trainings if they need to go to professional development, support their students' activities for various competitions. So it's,
Wow.
there's a
Josett,
lot.
when I first learned about Central Florida Aerospace Academy and that they had an emphasis on aviation education, pilot training, AMT, and the like, I thought, wow, what a cool high school to go to. No more English and math and science and the like.
Oh,
and then I learned that, that's not the
still
case.
have to do
The
that.
core
Yes.
courses are still there.
Correct.
We got to get that education and then this ancillary focused on a vocation. That's good.
But in a small school setting like CFAA, then your academics can also be more aviation focused because everybody is there for a similar pathway.
Yeah.
So that makes it a nice progression for the student to take and be in their academics with their peers that are also interested in aviation.
Great. Well, in the last few minutes that we have remaining for this interview, which has gone way too fast, there's a lot of good information that's been exchanged here. Any success stories, Josett, that you can think of, either young students in high school or the adult education that you've done? Anything that comes to mind?
I can use one of my own son as an example.
Excellent.
He is a product of Central Florida Aerospace Academy here at Lakeland, went through the engineering program, received industry certifications in CAD software. He, focused on SolidWorks, and is now in the engineering technology program at our local community college at Polk State College, majoring in manufacturing, which is another high need field as well.
Yeah.
So he will end up graduating and probably make more than I ever will with a 2-year degree.
Oh my goodness, that's great. That's great. So as he graduated from high school, he already had an industry certification.
Correct,
What a
which is
great
the
foundation.
expectation of our students, yes.
Yeah, what a great foundation. Then off to Polk State, is it?
Correct,
Is that? Okay,
correct.
good.
He realized that he needed at least an associate's degree to move forward.
Yeah.
So he's at Polk State doing engineering tech.
Excellent, excellent. He's going to contribute to our society, I'm sure.
Yep,
as
I
a
hope so.
result.
That's
Yeah.
the goal.
And Leann, any success stories that come to mind from your vast number of students that you have?
No.
Nothing that-
Unfortunately,
I'm putting
I've
you-
been out of the classroom for a very long time and supporting the district, so it's hard to keep up. But I can say that in this role, I was lucky enough to come to CFAA and participate when they awarded the bricks for the students who are pilots. and that had obtained their pilot license. So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Was it 20 or maybe more than that?
It's usually about 20 a year.
Every year,
students.
CFA graduates a number of students who have also attained their private pilot's license.
Yes.
A big joy for them and a huge accomplishment.
Yes, it was very neat.
And getting that early in life just has to inspire them to even greater things as they finish high school and go off to college or to technical school or pursue some endeavor in between. So that's great. That's great. Well, Leann and Josett, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been wonderful to learn more about Polk County Schools on a broader scale, and particularly the CTE program that the two of you administer and oversee. This is great. What you're doing again for our young people is just absolutely incredible, and your focus on that, and also on the adults, and giving them opportunities that they might not otherwise have, is just stellar. And I thank you again very much. Thank you for joining us today. It's been a delight to speak with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For the Florida Aviation Network, I'm Ron Timmermans. I'm so glad you joined us today for this interesting interview, but stay tuned because we've got more people to come that you will like to hear and hear what they have to say about aviation. From the Central Florida Aviation Academy, I'm Ron Timmermans, one of the many hosts for the Florida Aviation Network. Thank you for joining us.